Okay, check 1 2. Let's see if we got this working. Don't know. Oh, I think we're live. All right. Welcome to the very first of my live stream events. It's a little scary. Um, oh, okay, sounding good. Good. I'm going to try to pay attention to the comments here. And yeah, I'm relying on you guys to let me know if there's any technical difficulties, of which I'm sure there will be. Uh, yeah, I was literally Googling how to live stream to Twitch and YouTube not even an hour ago on Google. So I can't believe I actually figured it all out in time. That's how my life operates. Everything is very last minute. But I figured it out and actually got a little bit of help. So before I get things started here, I wanted to give just a friendly shout out to my friend George. He's a friend of mine here in Vancouver, and he created this course, which was insanely helpful for me. And if there's any musicians out there or producers that are interested in streaming, I'd recommend this course. It's called Live Stream Like a Pro, and his website's called Knuckle Duster Music. Great guy. Yeah, so very, very helpful. Thanks, George. I was able to, dial in my OBS settings and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little nervous. This is very exciting, but I'm also kind of expecting things to just crash on me or something. But it seems like everything's going all right so far. Hey guys, welcome. Who do we got in here? We got Donald. Donald, thanks for joining, man. You're in my studio. Awesome. Georgely. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Sorry. Jake, what's up, man? Hakey's in the stream. Awesome. Goozer's in the stream. James is in. Awesome. Let me check what's going on over in Twitch here. I feel like we got Shofik Mix. What is up? And Herr Frodo is in. Awesome. Cool. So seems to be all systems nominal for now. Yeah, I guess what are we gonna do here? So I was thinking that I'm just gonna feature a couple of tracks from my supporters on Patreon. Big shout out to all of you. And it's been amazing to listen to your music over, I don't know how long it's been, probably almost a year since I started Patreon. So really great community there. And I've been really inspired by some of the stuff you sent me. All sorts of different genres and styles, just totally amazing stuff. And I have 3 tracks to showcase today. If I missed any, because things have been a little hectic over here, if I missed something, then don't hesitate, to send me a track. You could send me a track right now if you want, and I could pull it into a session. But I have sort of 3 planned for today, and whatever I miss, I can always do in the next stream. I'm going to try to make it like a weekly thing, maybe a bi-weekly thing. I don't know, but. Punta Power, welcome, man. Thanks for joining. So, what have I been up to lately? A lot of stuff. I've been finishing up this corporate music course, which I'm really excited about. Man, yeah, courses are just so much work. Just a lot of work to finish it, but very rewarding. The last course was awesome, and I got a lot of good feedback on that. And yeah, other than that, I finished up working on the score for a documentary that's being produced by Patagonia. And that was something that took up a good year of time to finish up. And I recently just completed it. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit of like extra time to work on other stuff. I have not been writing too much licensing music as of late. I haven't been uploading to Motion Array and and Audio Jungle that much lately. To be honest, I find it hard to find the time for everything. As much as I'd like to do that a little bit more, I plan to. But yeah, things have been busy with this course, so wrapping that up, and yeah, just trying to learn. I'm just trying to learn. I'm always setting a lot of time aside for myself just to kind of figure things out and improve my productions. So, oh yeah, and another thing that, and I'll show you guys this after we do some track reviews here. I'll probably pull up a few of my own sessions, and I'll take you through those, and I'll show you what I've been working on. I had a really cool little like mini project that I worked on last week. I have a really good friend who's he does like CGI animation stuff using this program called Houdini, I think. Maybe it's something else, but it's really crazy stuff. And anyway, he's kind of just learning all of it, and he wants to get into that industry. And he produced this like 2-minute long crazy video, which I can't show you unfortunately, but I did write the score for it. He wanted this like orchestral score, and it's a really cool project, and I think it would be kind of neat to show it to you here on this live stream, because he sent me basically this piano MIDI, and he's like, so he had the chords, because he's a musician himself, and he had the chords in mind, and he just sent me the MIDI, and he's like, I need you to transform this into like an orchestral arrangement. And I was like, yeah, like hell yeah, I'll do that. So I did that last week, and that took up a little bit of time, and yeah, I was pretty stoked on how it all turned out. So I'm gonna pull that up for you, and yeah, I might pull up some hip hop sessions, and yeah, you know what? Just hit me up in the comments with any questions that you have at all. I'd be happy to answer them, and let me know how you guys are doing and what you're up to, and yeah, I hope everyone is well out there. Vancouver is, it's not too bad. It's not too bad over here. The weather's been good, and we're not on like full lockdown mode over here. I mean, it's like kind of bad, but it's not terrible. Like they've shut down the inside dining and stuff like that. So we're a little bit behind on the whole vaccine thing, but and I haven't gotten mine yet, but I am in line for one eventually. And in the meantime, just spending a lot of time indoors, enjoying my new apartment here, and yeah, I got my little studio all set up, and I'm pretty happy. So being productive. Who do we got here? Hello from Finland. Hey, awesome. We got people here from all over the world, I imagine, which is so cool. Okay, let's get started. So first up, we have a track from Rolando, who's been a supporter on Patreon for some time now, and I've kind of heard a lot of different stuff from Rolando, and this track is really interesting. He is kind of writing in this, well, you know what, I won't say anything further. I'll just play this track, and let me know if it's too loud or if it's too quiet. Just say turn it up in the comments, and I will do so. James asked, do you have any pets to keep you company? No, I'm not allowed pets in my apartment. I'm also allergic to cats like crazy. If I get near a cat, then like my eyes go all bulgy, and I can't breathe anymore. It's very sad. Okay, here we go. I believe this song is called Grass Fields. Oh, a little glitchy. Okay. Awesome work. Thank you so much for sending this track to me, Rolando. Um, Definitely has that kind of like RPG game music kind of vibe, which I'm really into. And yeah, good work on using. I think you mentioned, yeah, this is all using Spitfire's orchestra, Discover, BBC Orchestra, Discover, which is awesome. And I love Orchestra Discover. It's such a cool little thing to have for like as a freebie, and yeah, super helpful for just like sketching out ideas and stuff. Um, yeah, and it's cool because I've been trying to write tracks like this myself lately that are more in like the RPG vibe. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but that's kind of what I think about when I listen to this track. A few things about the track come to mind when I listen to it. Other than that, it's I think the one of the things that kind of pokes out at me a little bit is if we go to this section, and I like that there's kind of like these themes that are being developed, and that there is an energy coming in and out with the intensity of that theme here and there. And there's this section here which I like, where it kind of like the energy kind of comes down a little bit, and things kind of reset. I think that's around bar 47. So I really like this reset at bar 50. And I know that there's no percussion in this track, and that probably was, a choice. And I, I'm not going to say that there should be or anything like that. I think that it would be cool, but I would consider maybe some kind of transition, some kind of marker to kind of let the listener know that this is like a point of where we're resetting the energy a little bit. So, I might do something like maybe we bring in like a little cymbal swell or something like that. And one thing that might be cool for this genre, I wouldn't call this like necessarily like fantasy, but I think something that could work would be maybe like some chimes or something like that. I don't know if this is going to be like the right idea, but let me think. I think in Splice I got something. Yeah. Let's see if we can kind of like demonstrate what I'm talking about here. This might be a little loud. Just little articulations like that. I think you know what I mean. Just to kind of help, and it doesn't have to be, if we're adding percussion, it doesn't have to be like constant throughout the track. It's not like you have to add like a bunch of like taikos or bass drums or anything like that. But you could also do like a timpani swell there, just something to kind of put an exclamation point on the significant changes in the song. And other than that, I really like the track. I think things get a little lost for me melodically right in this end section, because I really like the main melodic theme. And let me just make sure that I'm still alive here. Okay, good. I think we're good. I really like the main melodic theme, and the da 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 da. That's really nice. And I think there's this whole big like crescendo thing happening here at the very end. There's lots of energy, and there's a lot going on. And I think where maybe it's like a bit problematic is perhaps that the violin is kind of living in the same range as the flute, and I'm not feeling like they're super connected And if I just take these violins out, actually, then things actually feel pretty settled and nice in this section. But something about the violins, it just feels like a little bit disconnected from the rest of the song. So if we just take this out here. Really love the movement with these tenor trombones here. It's really nice. So again, like a lot of voices happening here. Which adds really beautiful movement to the whole passage. I think that, yeah, for me, it's just I don't know. It's something about these violins that feels like a little overwhelming, and like I can't kind of place like my ear, like it sort of feels like I don't know what to pay attention to more, whether I want to pay attention to this you know, that theme, the main theme with that's being kind of like played by the flute a little bit, and the violins. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that maybe the violins could be having a bit more of a conversation with the flute, because it sounds to me a little bit like they're having separate conversations, and that's the only real that's the only kind of criticism I would have of this track, is like they you know, feel just a little bit disconnected, and I think, you know, I'd love to hear these violins kind of accentuate that main theme a little bit more, especially in this you know, especially in this end piece, which is, you know, arguably maybe the most important part of the song, this big crescendo. The one other part that's doesn't quite sit with me, like is just this ending. It just feels a little bit inconclusive. If we just listen to this again. Yeah, it sort of feels like it was going to veer off in a totally different direction, and you know, and change into a different vibe there, but it kind of stops abruptly, which, you know, is like, maybe that was a creative choice, and like all the power to you if it was, but it feels like maybe just a bit inconclusive, and unconventional, I guess, but. Yeah, other than that, like, you know, I really love this track. It's really beautiful. It's a really nice composition. Let me just catch up with your comments here. Violin could play little pockets of counter melodies off the flute instead. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Kajender Productions, welcome. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, but I don't know if Rolando's in this... in the stream, but if you are, then this is awesome. You've done great work, and yeah, thank you so much for sending. Herr Frodo writes on Twitch here, simple swells would work great on this one. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think, like, you know, some small percussive articulations would go a long way in a track like this. Doesn't have to be, yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be epic percussion all the time, right? It can just be nice little twinkles and little drum rolls and stuff like that. Okay, so that, I'm gonna say that's a wrap for this track. Who's next? Let me see what's going on here. Okay, this is gonna be kind of funny because I'm gonna pull up some Christmas music here. Who's in the mood to listen to Christmas music? I'll save this. This is really funny because Robert sent me this track and earlier this month, and I was like, it reminded me that I had this hilarious like master plan this year to write like at least one Christmas track a month, and then by the time November or December rolls around, then I would just upload them all to Audio Jungle and Motion Array and Pond 5 or whatever, and like make a whole bunch of Christmas money and pay for my Christmas presents. But I've been totally slacking on that. But when Robert sent me this track, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that plan. And then I immediately wrote my own Christmas track, which was kind of bad. But this was so funny to hear it. And I was like, oh, you just don't think about Christmas music until it's too late, and then everyone's uploaded their, these Christmas tracks, and they're making all this seasonal licensing bank. Anyway, let me play this track for you. Here we go. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Oh man, I wish I was wearing one of those Santa hats for that. Robert, I don't know if you're in the stream, but thank you so much for sending this track to me. I love it. Yeah, Robert's been a supporter of mine on Patreon for quite a while now, and he sent me a lot of different types of tracks, which are awesome. We have arrived at Santa's workshop. Yes, we have. Oh yeah, sorry about the metronome there. That was my bad. I butchered the first half of that track. I didn't catch it for some reason. Kajender is downloading East West Hollywood Orchestra. Oh, good luck with that. 900 gigs. Wow. Okay. So I had a few thoughts about this track actually. It's pretty good overall. I like it. And you know what? To be honest, this is exactly the type of track that would sell on like licensing. Like I actually listened to a bunch of Christmas tracks, holiday tracks, and I think this one would do really well. But there's one thing I felt like it was missing, and we are gonna try to add it. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up some pizzicato strings here. Yeah, it's so funny. You could really actually turn anything into a Christmas track. Like all you need is sleigh bells, tubular bells, pizzicato strings, and and a celesta or a glockenspiel, and then anything. Basically, you can make anything Christmas. So let me pull up. I don't know. We'll just try some cello pizzicatos here to start. I have to turn this up here. Okay, now bear with me here. Got to get to where this really pops off here. I think it's around here. Right. going to just make a little bass line for this track. Let's go for it, see what happens. Okay, let me just quantize that. And I don't know if that was totally the right instrument, but why don't we just double it up with, I don't know, try the Scarby J bass. Need something a little bit more subby. Or the Rickenbacker bass, I mean, palm muted. Let's see if we can get something like that to work. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, not perfect, right? But I feel like that was the one thing that this track was missing, was a bass line to just to drive the energy, especially when we kick it into full force here. I don't know. I also hear this like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I hear this like harp swell. I don't know if I have very many harps here. I think I got one I could pull from. Oh, there we go. Orchestral harp. See if we can get like a little swell action here. You have to put it in a higher octave. This is going to be loose. Loosey-goosey. Here we go. And I don't know. Maybe we'll time it up here. And maybe we can automate our velocity. Not automate it, but let's draw it in. See if that works. It has to go higher, but I think you guys get my point. Something like that, what might be nice, you know, just sliding into this bass line. Oh, and there's one other thing in this track that I was thinking about. It's just this end piece. I really like how it ends, and we'll just listen to it again here. So I keep hearing like a section like that, and this is just a suggestion. I mean, you know, take it or leave it, but I feel like something like that could happen midway through this track, because the energy is kind of like distributed evenly, pretty much throughout the track, and I think it would be really nice to kind of have this section like midway through, like a bridge, you know, where you drop it down, similar to how you did with these chords here in the end, and then you come back to the full energy. That would be cool, and that would give, you know, if it was like in the context of like the licensing, or like, you know, like in the context of it being licensable, let's say, it would provide like a really valuable kind of edit point for anyone who's using it for a video. You know, if I was a video editor, that'd be like where, you know, I might find it useful to have some kind of like dip or like some kind of bridge like that. But I don't think it's wrong. And it's a beautiful ending as it is too. But I just sort of hear I hear that being more useful midway through the track. And that's yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Hey, Luis is in the stream. What's up, man? Okay. We got one more. Let's check this out. We have a track from James. James's track. Somehow I lost it, and he's nice enough to send it to me right before the stream started. So thanks for that. And James has been one of my patrons for quite a while now. Oop, Logic crashed. It happens. It happens, you know. Open existing project. Jeez, always. What was it called again? Did I just call it James's track? Yes, I did. There we go. We're back. Sorry, guys. Okay, just letting it load up here. Okay, so I'll just play it, then we'll talk about it. Okay, and also I should maybe make a disclaimer here that this might not translate exactly how James wanted it to sound. I do have a compressor on the stereo out, but he had his own mix for this, and so it might not sound exactly like his final version. But I asked for stems, and I put a little bit of compression on the stereo bus. So we'll try to keep that in mind. Here we go. Awesome. Love it. This is a rad track. This is very, very cool. Just catching up on the comments here. Louis, thanks for joining. Heikki, no worries if you got a jet. Thanks for joining, man. And Kajinder, how many tracks do you review today? I'm planning on three. I think that's a good for a day, and I'm probably going to pull up a couple of my own sessions as well, just for fun. Okay, let's talk about this track. Okay, first of all, I'm assuming those drums are real. If you program those drums, that would be pretty stunning. They sound pretty damn real to me. It sounds. That's what I love about this track the most. Is it sounds like sounds like a legit studio recording. It sounds awesome. The drums sound really authentic, and you know what, the first thing that came to mind to me, and and this, it could be totally something that just got lost in translation because of the stems. But I want to hear more of those electric guitars. That was the first thing I did when I like kind of did a really, just like a little rough mix of the track. To me, those electric guitars just sound nice and juicy, and I want to hear more of them. And I feel like it helps just to push them up a little bit. Something around that level. And I might have brightened up this snare just like a little bit. I don't know. Maybe just, we'll try. I don't know. See if it's... Oh, we definitely got to do something fun with these rooms, just for fun. I mean, I don't know. This may not be what you had in mind, but let's group those and throw like, I don't know, maybe a CLA 76 on that. I always like to dirty up the rooms. The drums are programmed. No shit. Amazing job. I'd love to know what program you're using. Sound great. Nicely done. That's amazing. I guess I should have known, because it sounds like they're pretty well quantized. But Stephen Slate 5, old and dusty kit. Man, nice. I gotta check that out. That sounds great. Anyway, I was saying that I love to just like really mangle the room mics. I used to do that on when I was mixing live stuff more. Let's get this rest of the overheads actually. Let's check that out. Yeah, I don't know, something like you can get like cool parallel compression stuff going on if you if you treat the room in the way that I just did, like over compress it kind of thing, and then just bring it up low against the rest of the rest of the mix. I don't know, something like that is probably what I would have done to give it a little bit more grit, but that's very much like a stylistic choice. They sound great as they are, and I probably like I said, would have put the electric guitars nice and forward in the mix. And in terms of the arrangement and like the vibe of the track, like I got no comments, man. It's like it's an awesome track. I love it. And it sounds really, are those acoustics programmed as well? It'd be scary to think that everything in the track is programmed. So let me know in the comments. Epic drums. I had 5 tracks rejected on Pond 5 while Audio Jungle approved them. I feel like something is going on with Pond 5. I feel butthurt with Pond 5. They keep rejecting me, but not AJ. That's from Cajun Oh, man. That is weird. Usually Pond 5 is like pretty loose. They're pretty chill with with what gets through the gates. I feel like Audio Jungle is typically, I don't know, more discerning. That's weird. I don't know. don't know what to say, man. But yeah, I could definitely see this doing well on wherever it lives, wherever it goes. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I really had to say about this track. I mean, don't really have anything else, any other input for it. If anyone else does in the comments, please feel free to chip in. Everything is programmed. I play guitar, but I prefer programming these days. Amazing. What did you use for the acoustics? Let me listen to these acoustics. Oops. Oh yeah, you can tell that they're programmed when you listen to them solo. Kind of sounds like strummed acoustic. James says, I completely remade this for that live stream. Nathan, welcome to the stream, man. New at this, but more approvals from AJ than Pond 5 as well. Oh, amazing. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Pond 5 has never rejected anything that I sent them. I've had rejections from Audio Jungle and everywhere else, but Pond 5. I always kind of got the impression that they were just like, whatever, give it all to us. We'll take it all. Goozer, that happened to me on Pond 5. I emailed them and they had my documents all messed up, and then I resend them and they accepted my tracks. Oh, interesting. Okay, session acoustic strum. Yeah, the number one. Yeah, the first one. Cool. Yeah, that's a great library. I use the acoustic guitars, both of them, strummed acoustic 1 and 2, often, and especially with like the corporate kind of style stuff. They're really, really good libraries. They're pretty damn good. When you blend them in on their own, you can kind of tell. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. Man, this is really good. Like for having everything programmed, it sounds very natural. So I'm assuming, yeah, the electric guitars were programmed too. Crazy. Very cool, man. And yeah, I don't know. Let's pull up something. I was going to pull up a few tracks that I've been working on. Oh yeah, I was going to pull up this track that I just did last week for my friend Pete. Hickey says, I'd used ample sound guitars, but playing for real again. Yeah, it's nice to play for real. It's funny, and it's almost weird, and it feels strange as a guitar player. Like, I don't even play piano really, but as a guitar player, it feels weird to use programmed libraries. But you can't, in terms of like speed, like the speed of writing is just like you don't have to worry about all the setup and tuning and everything like that. And it is nice, depending on what you're going for. If you're going for speed, and then the strummed libraries are great. The electric sunburst libraries are amazing. But if I was doing something if I was like scoring for like a film project or something like that, I would never ever even think about using any of those programmed libraries. It's always better to kind of sound natural in those circumstances. But yeah, for licensing music, it saves a hell of a lot of time. So I wish I could show you the video for this track. And this is something that I sort of just finished in the orchestral sort of vein. I've frozen all these tracks. I recently bought a BBC Orchestra Core, which sounds really, really nice. And my Mac Mini, it's not quite enough. It's not quite strong enough to handle this. Even after I purge samples, it's like it lags a little bit. It's only got 16 gigabytes of RAM in it. So anyway, I have this this powerful PC which I'm using right now to as like a dedicated streaming computer. But I wish I could. I wish Logic came on PC too. Sad. Anyway, here's the track. Good night, Heggie. So, yeah, I had to do this one in a pinch, and above at the very top of the track here, you can see the piano MIDI that my friend sent me, which was essentially just like an 8-bar loop, and he kind of gave me the vague, description of like the track arrangement and the tempo, and I just converted that MIDI into this track. I had to do it in like a day, pretty much. So not a perfect mix, but really nice to kind of just use BBC Orchestra Core alone. That sounded great. And in order to kind of like get these like big swells happening, I actually didn't have time to like I basically I used the modulation wheel or the mod data to trigger the expression on the instruments as well. So every time that it got louder, the expression also went up with it. Normally, I'd probably, if I had more time, then I'd want to make like separate. I'd want to write that in separately, but in this case, I was under a real time constraint. But it was fun. It was fun to make it. Goozer says switch to Cubase Studio. Man, trust me, I'm thinking about it. Either that or Ableton. We'll see. I'm on the fence. Yeah. What else can I say about this track? That's pretty much it. It was nice to combine Spitfire's solo, cello, and violin with... Oh, there's a fighter jet flying over. That was really loud. That was really loud. Crazy. That doesn't happen very often. Hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, it was nice to combine solo instruments with the ensemble instruments. That really made a difference for this track too. And let me pull up some the more documentary stuff I was working on. I mentioned earlier in the stream that been working on a documentary for the last year or so. So I'll bring up one of those tracks for you. I can't remember which one is cooler. Maybe this one. Studio One 5 Pro. That's what a lot of cinematic composers use now. Yeah. I've heard of. I've seen Studio One, and I think I downloaded the. There's like a free version of it, I believe. I can't remember what it's called, just to kind of get a sense of what it was like to use, and I like what I saw. I haven't really had time to dive into it too much, but definitely, I've seen Alex Pfeffer use that. I don't know if you guys follow him. And I've seen a few other composers use that as well, and it seems really I'm picky about like the user interface. Like I need it to be pleasant to look at. That's what I like about Logic. It's just nice to look at. It's nice on the eyes. So that's kind of something in the documentary vein. That's something I worked on for that Patagonia project, and yeah, that's something that I wouldn't submit to like a music library, for example. But really fun. They had very specific reference tracks. And so it was difficult to sort of nail the right vibe, but yeah, that's sort of something I was pretty happy with how it turned out. It's fun to write in that style, kind of cinematic, but also as like sort of like our this like our weird piano arpeggio thing going on too. Let me see the comments here. Missed the bowl. Tried to do a number 2, but missed the bowl. Sorry to hear that. Dirk Ellert uses Studio 5. I've seen. I just learned about Dirk. I didn't. He came up as like a suggested video the other day, and I like what I saw there. Very cool. So yeah, it sounds like I'm gonna have to dive more into Studio One. Seems pretty legit. Thanks, Goozer. And was this doc about life and cities? No, actually, it's about the documentary is about sustainable regenerative farming. Very, very cool. It's about like, getting back to like organic farming and that kind of stuff. So promoting healthy eating and healthy environmental issues. So I was proud to work on it. It was a very cool subject. Check out Dirk Ellert, always making live streams. Yeah, right. He uses Studio One lately. You and him are the only two I want to become patrons of. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he seems like a really cool dude. I'm going to check out more of his content for sure. Goozer asked, do you have any favorite composer that you listen to and inspires you to make music? Man, lots of composers inspire me. And I know it's cliche, but every time I listen to Beethoven, man, I get super inspired to write music and to spend more time with music. I think he is absolutely my all-time favorite classical music composer. I have a few that I really like, but I actually have to like space out when I listen to Beethoven, because when I listen to like if you just like close your eyes, listen to the Ninth Symphony or any of his symphonies, really, it's just so exhausting emotionally to listen to it that it like kind of like wipes me out and like knocks me out. So yeah, in terms of the orchestral space, he's like a big inspiration. But I come from the band world, so I think a lot of my initial inspirations like are kind of like a lot of the '60s like and the classic rock musicians like I know you wouldn't like call like Jimi Hendrix like a composer, you'd define him as like a rock musician, I guess, or whatever, but definitely a huge inspiration. Lots of old blues guitarists like Muddy Waters and old American blues players were really inspiring to me. I love listening to that music, just so raw and emotional. Oh, thanks James. Yeah, I tried to go for that documentary. I don't know how you would describe documentary music, but I guess like how is that kind of like that intriguing vibe? There's an intrigue, so that's what this track was kind of going for. Man, I think I might have to call it a wrap, guys, because I haven't eaten anything today, and I do have to eat at some point. I spent all morning just trying to like set this up so that I was somewhat prepared for it. But yeah, this has been really fun, and I'm so glad that it hasn't crashed and burned on me, and there's been no technical difficulties. It's amazing. If you guys have any questions, please hit me up now, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. And I will say again, just like thanks so much to those of you guys who sent me tracks, and I'll try to do this, more semi-regularly. And if you have a track you want to feature on a future live stream, then please send it my way. I don't know if this is like the best time of day to do a live stream. Like I think YouTube analytics told me that like most of my subscribers are on YouTube around this time, I think. But maybe it wasn't the most ideal time to do it. Yeah, thanks so much, Goozer. Appreciate that. And yeah, feel free to send me a track, man. Send me a track for next stream, and I'd be happy to cover it and to talk about it. Okay. Well, I think that pretty much does it for me. Thoughts in conclusion. I hope everyone out there is staying sane and healthy. And yeah, wherever you are in the world, I hope it's not. I hope things are looking up, and I hope that there's some positivity going around. I know depending on where you are, then things can be pretty tough right now. So yeah, thanks so much, James. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for sending me the track. And yeah, that really stunned me with those drums. Those sounded really good. I'm definitely gonna check out the Slate drums. I use like addictive drums. I've been using addictive drums forever, and I'm sort of like I like them. Well, I like them. I like them a lot, but sometimes I feel like maybe they're like a little outdated. Some of them don't sound like that great. They have this jazz kit that I use all the time, which is awesome. Thanks, Resonator Series. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Okay, I'm signing off. Thanks so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Have a great week, and take care of yourself.